Hi, I'm Nir Eyal. I love sweets. I love social media. And I love watching YouTube. But as much as I love these things, they don't love me back. A scroll of the news feed, a sweet snack after a meal, or a video binge after work are all things that we do with little or no conscious thought. We do them out of habit. Here's a perfect example of how I let bad habits take hold in my own life. My daughter is an only child, and to my wife and I at least, she is the most amazing kid in the world. One day, a few years ago, when she was just 5 years old, the two of us were playing games from a Daddy and Me book. We turned to a page and answered questions designed to bring dads and daughters closer together. The first activity involved naming each other's favorite things. The next activity was to build a paper airplane with one of the pages. And the third activity was to answer this question. The question was, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? There are so many great choices here, especially if you're a kid. Would you fly like Superman or have superhuman strength like the Incredible Hulk? Would you carry a lasso of truth like Wonder Woman or shoot webs from your wrist like Spider-Man? No doubt my daughter's answer to this question would have given me some great insights into who she was and what she cared about at that moment. Which is why I wish I could tell you what she said. But I can't. I don't know because I wasn't listening. I was physically in the room, but I wasn't really present. Not only did I miss her answer, I failed to answer myself because when she asked me, "Daddy, what would be your superpower?" I wasn't paying attention. Instead, I grunted and I said, "Huh?" as I was looking down at my phone. I told her, "Just a sec, hon, I just need to respond to this one thing on my phone." And I missed paying attention to her because I was scrolling something on my phone or checking an email, who knows what. She waited because Daddy was distracted. She went quiet and she found something else to do. My eyes were still glued to my screen, tapping away at something that seemed important at the moment, but certainly could have waited. I know she left the room, but I didn't see her walk out. I had just blown this magical moment with my kid because of some stupid thing on the internet that had grabbed my attention. If this was an isolated incident, maybe it wouldn't be such a big deal. I mean, everybody has their moments. But it wasn't. This same scene has played out countless times in my family and maybe in yours too. I'd gotten into the habit of prioritizing distractions, particularly the digital kind, over people I loved. I became a jerk. A distracted jerk. In the wake of this unsettling realization, I decided that I had to do something. I tried digital detoxes and digital minimalism, and I thought that the problem was technology. So I got myself a feature phone, the kind of clunky device that we used to use 20 years ago, the thing that we used to use before smartphones so that I wouldn't get tempted to use email and Facebook and Twitter. In an attempt to stay focused while I was writing, I bought this 1990s word processor on eBay without any internet connection so I could do focused work while I was writing. So these efforts produced some strange results, not the ones that I had intended. Without apps on my phone, I found that without a GPS, I had trouble getting from place to place, and without addresses on my calendar app, I would miss appointments. I also missed having audiobooks that I could listen to while I walked, as well as other handy things that my smartphone could do. I also discovered that whenever I sat down to write at my word processor without an internet connection, I'd still find myself getting distracted. I would look at the bookcase behind me and I would say, "Oh, maybe I should read that book that might be related to what I was working on. Maybe I'd take out the trash or do the laundry." The point is here, I kept getting distracted even though I thought that technology was the source of the problem. Not only did I find it exceedingly inefficient to not use these technologies, but I learned that even without the internet and my beloved devices, I was totally capable of replacing one distraction for another. And that's when I realized that the problem of distraction has just as much to do with us as it has to do with the distractions in our environment. We are what we pay attention to. And if you care about your work, your family, your relationships, and your own physical and mental well-being, you have to learn what I had to learn. The essential skill of our century, how to become indistractable. So what does this made-up word mean? What does it mean to be indistractable? Simply put, being indistractable means that you strive to do what you say you will do. Indistractable people are as honest with themselves as they are with others. The opposite is true with distractible people. By not keeping promises to themselves, they diminish, delay, or detonate their dreams by simply not following through. They often confuse not doing with not knowing. They spend huge sums of money and time taking classes, earning unnecessary certifications or degrees, and getting advice from experts and gurus in hopes of finding a magic answer. But not knowing isn't good enough. It's the ability to get out of our own way and do what we know we need to do that matters. Being indistractable is an ideal rather than a destination. It is something you continually become rather than something you are. Our inborn tendencies ensure we'll always struggle with distraction. However, by becoming indistractable, you can enjoy the myriad benefits of this new way of seeing and interacting with the world. What I've learned is that distraction comes from within, but we can learn how to identify and manage our internal and external triggers to manage distractibility and make time for what really matters. We can create pacts to hold ourselves accountable to make sure that we're committed to doing what we really want to do. How do we keep promises that we make to ourselves? In the moment, distractions trick us. They make us feel like it's something we should be doing, but then later on, we regret what we did. So how do we even tell the difference between what is something that we should be doing and what is just a distraction? We're going to answer some of these questions. And in the next video, I'll explain what the course covers and what you can expect from it. In researching and writing the book that this course is based on, I discovered that living the life we want not only requires doing the right thing, but also, and maybe even more importantly, requires not doing the things that take us off track. We all know what we need to do. For example, we know that chocolate cake is worse for our health than having a healthy salad. Few of us claim that aimlessly scrolling social media as enriching to our lives as being with caring friends in real life. And if we want to be more productive at work, then we know we need to, do the actual work. And yet somehow we can't always act in the ways that we know are best for us and those around us. We simply don't know how to stop getting distracted. And that's what this course is all about. By implementing the methods we're going to go through, I'm happy to report that I've become more productive at work, physically and mentally stronger, better rested, and more fulfilled in my relationships than I've ever been in my life. And I can't wait to share these techniques with you. I'm also going to share with you links to exercises as well as worksheets that can help you put the information and ideas that you'll learn to practical use. The first step is to recognize that distraction starts from within. In Module 1, you'll learn about why we're so distractible to begin with, what really motivates us, and why identifying triggers is the key to starting the hard work of becoming indistractable. We'll talk about how to identify and manage the discomfort that leads to distraction, and how the power to manage distraction is within each and every one of us. From there, the lessons in Module 2 will walk you through the world of internal triggers and how understanding what yours are will allow you to start managing your time better. We'll explore how to make just about any task more enjoyable by cultivating the ability to play anything. In Module 3, you'll learn why you can't call something a distraction unless you know what it is distracting you from, and how we can plan our time with intentionality. Even if, by the way, what you choose to do with your time is to scroll through celebrity headlines or read a steamy romance novel, that's fine. The key here is to remember that the time you plan to waste is actually not wasted time. That's the difference between traction and distraction, intentionality. Module 4 follows with a no-holds-barred examination of the unwanted external triggers that extract a huge cost on our productivity and well-being. While technology companies use cues like the pings and dings and rings on our phone to hack our behavior, external triggers are not confined to our phones. They're all around us, and it's time that we hacked back. Learning to deal with external triggers is an easy and highly effective step towards reducing distraction. Module 5 is all about making pacts. Whereas removing triggers is helpful in keeping distractions out, pacts help us keep ourselves in. Now, there are 3 types of pacts that we are going to discuss: price pacts, effort pacts, and identity pacts. And all 3, used in conjunction, can be great ways to help ourselves stay on task. If you've ever tried meditation, then you know how hard it can be to keep your mind clear for even just a few minutes. Sitting still in a silent room with your eyes closed, trying to focus on one's breath for just 10 minutes can be excruciatingly difficult. And as meditation proves, our brains generate their own distraction. So even after eliminating external triggers that don't serve us, we can still get sucked into distraction. So pacts are the safety net that we can use when such impulses strike and all else fails. We'll also learn how to use technology to help form these pacts in order to help us do what we really want to do and prevent distraction. The first several modules of the course are really about things that you can do to become indistractable. But distraction isn't just about us. Distraction is all around us. In the last few modules of this course, we'll take an in-depth look into how to sustain indistractable friendships and help your friends become indistractable too. We'll also look at how to become an indistractable lover and how to raise indistractable kids. As a bonus, we'll also venture into the workplace, home of so many distractions that we deal with every day, and we'll talk about how to build an indistractable organization.